At exactly 6 a.m., Earth did something unthinkable. Every molecule of water, oceans, rivers, lakes, clouds, glaciers, puddles, even the drool in your dog's mouth, evaporated into thin air. No warning, no explanation, no water. Gone. At first, people barely noticed. Showers sputtered dry. Coffee machines gurgled out nothing. Garden hoses hissed like snakes with sore throats. The initial reaction was confusion. Maybe a pipe burst? Maybe it's just a weird weather thing? Maybe we're all just too sleepy to panic. But then someone looked outside and realized the lake was gone. Not dried up, not muddy, just missing. Like someone had cut it out of reality with cosmic scissors. The swimming pools? Empty bathtubs with awkward inflatable flamingos sitting sadly in them. Sprinklers? Silent. Fountains. Stone birds spitting air. And rain? Not even a cloud left to tease us with a sprinkle. Within hours, panic spread faster than a viral TikTok challenge. The news tried to report it, but they were busy drinking the last bottled water on set. "Stay calm," they said, while visibly sweating and licking their lips. "We've got this under control." They didn't. The scientific community went into immediate overdrive. Satellite images confirmed the obvious. No water, no polar ice caps, no clouds, no humidity. The Amazon rainforest turned brown in an afternoon. Deserts doubled in size before lunchtime. Climate scientists stared at their graphs, screaming silently into dry PowerPoint slides. People rushed to supermarkets, raiding shelves like pirates in a juice-only apocalypse. Fistfights broke out over coconut water. One guy tried to sell a six-pack of soda for the price of a car, and someone started a cult around a dripping AC unit. It wasn't even water, it was refrigerant. But desperation does weird things to people. By midday, chaos had officially checked in. Without water, crops withered. Fish? Gone. Not just dead, vaporized with the seas. Aquariums became strange museums of dry glass tanks and confused penguins. Hydroelectric power plants collapsed into irrelevance. Toilets stopped flushing, and humanity collectively learned what the phrase backed-up system really meant. People tried everything. Digging wells, licking dewy grass. One guy attempted to summon a rain god using a ukulele and interpretive dance. It didn't work, but it briefly went viral, then disappeared, because the internet servers overheated and no one could keep them cool. And it got hotter. Without oceans to regulate temperature, the Earth baked like a forgotten pizza. Heat waves rolled in, turning cities into ovens. Asphalt melted. Birds migrated in confusion, then gave up mid-flight. The sun, once our friend, now felt like an unrelenting, personal enemy with a grudge. But the worst part wasn't the thirst. It was the silence. Without rivers, without waves, without storms or showers or bubbling brooks, the planet was quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that made you realize how alive water had always been. How it laughed in fountains, whispered in rain, roared in the sea. Now, all that was gone. Some people still tried to carry on. A few businesses pivoted. Spa centers rebranded as dry therapy retreats. Water parks became massive sandboxes. Some genius tried to make a water-scented candle, but it just smelled like wax and broken dreams. Governments tried to act like they had a plan. They didn't. "We'll extract water from comets," they said. Sure, just wait a few million years and hang tight. "We'll make synthetic water." Fantastic. Too bad the factories need water to function. The irony was too painful to laugh at. Some turned to space. The moon colony said, "Nope," and locked their doors. Mars laughed. "You're the blue planet? Not anymore." But in the middle of despair, something strange happened. People started working together. Not because they wanted to, but because they had no choice. Countries that hadn't spoken in years began swapping desalination tech, which of course now did nothing because you need water to desalinate. Engineers proposed wild solutions: giant atmospheric condensers, lunar ice mining missions, building shade domes over entire cities. And people listened. For once, there were bonfires of lawn sprinklers, car washes turned into community shelters. Artists painted oceans on walls so children wouldn't forget. Someone started a global event called Hydration Remembrance Day, which mostly involved looking at a glass of ice in a museum and crying. Then, just when everyone had accepted their new, crispy future, at exactly 6 a.m. the next day, the water returned. No explanation. No fanfare. 1 second, dry. The next, drenched. Oceans reappeared in their basins like they'd never left. Rivers rushed back into place, fish flopping in like they'd been waiting in line. Rain fell from a clear sky, soaking everyone and everything. People cried, dogs howled, kids ran into puddles like it was Christmas, and their birthday combined. Somewhere, the man with the ukulele wept, convinced it had worked. No one knows why it happened. Scientists still argue over it. Religious leaders called it a trial. Conspiracy theorists say it was aliens or a simulation glitch or karma for inventing pineapple pizza. But the memory stayed. The fear, the dry tongue, the crackling air, the haunting silence. From that day forward, people kept water a little closer, not just in bottles, but in mind. They stopped taking it for granted. Showers became sacred. Rain was celebrated like a festival. And occasionally, in the middle of the night, someone would wake up, drink a glass of water, and whisper, "Please never leave again."